All right, for number 2, I am shocked by the number of people who got this one wrong. And don't take that the wrong way. It just really means that a lot of people didn't study, because this is something that I know for a fact that everybody can do and that everybody is capable of, because we did it a long time ago. You probably did this for some of us, probably started doing this in 7th grade. But, we get frozen up when we see all these different things on a test all at the same time. All you're doing is you're graphing these equations. Well, how do you graph a linear equation? Well, this is the same kind of thing that's going to come up a bunch throughout this process. First of all, we need to know those two major parts, which is our m and our b. So our m, which is our slope, okay? Well, how is that going to help us? Well, that is our rise over run. Okay, this is all stuff we've seen before. And this is what helps us find a second point. Our b is our y-intercept. It's the y-intercept. And what that does is it tells us where it's crossing. It tells us where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay. Our y-axis being this axis that's labeled as a y right here. Okay. So this axis, up and down. Okay, so you always start with the y-intercept. First, you just got to know where that is. Well, y equals mx plus b. Well, here's our b. This is our m. So our b is 6. Okay, you don't need to write this down, but I'm just going to write it just to make it super obvious. Okay, 6. So literally, it's where it crosses the y-axis. Here's the y-axis, and 6 right there. Let me do that in a different color, just to not get this confused. We're going to do this one in orange. So 6 right here. Okay, then we use our slope, or our m. So the m is our number that's with the x, so -3. And we can think of it as a fraction, -3 over 1. Okay, so you had to think of that as a fraction, -3 over 1. That way you can think about your rise over run. You're going to be counting down 3 because it's -3. So just count from here down 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1 to right here. And that's all you're doing. So -1, -2, -3 over 1. All you really need is 2 points. But if you wanted to just, you could do this again, down 3 over 1, boom, down 3 over 1, boom, down 3 over 1. So you can get a nice clean line. And, this doesn't need to be perfect because you're doing it on paper. And you'll be doing the corrections on paper as well. So that line doesn't need to be perfect, but it should be pretty straight. Okay, then let's do this one. Let's do it in purple. So we're going to do the same thing. I'll do it a little quicker this time. So y minus 4x equals 2. Hold on, this is a little different. We don't have y equals. So what a lot of people did for this one is we did, well, our slope is -4 over 1, and that's not correct. First, you need to get y by itself. So that very first step is you need to get rid of this -4x by adding 4x to both sides. Don't get freaked out by this. I know that this is new for a lot of us, like rearranging equations to get it to look the way we want. But that is a high school math skill. You're going to see it come up in all kinds of different things. All you're doing, okay, it's a -4x. Well, we add 4x to both sides. You can do anything to an equation if you do it to both sides. Well, that's going to get this to look the way we want. Now, these are not like terms. So you remember you have to keep that x together because they are not like terms. It's not 6. It's 2 plus 4x because you can't combine them. So you just leave it, which is perfect because that's what we want. Now we can say, my m is the number that's with the x, which is our 4. So it's over here. Doesn't matter that it's switched around. And our b is the number that's by itself, which is this number here. So we start with our b, and we're going to do 2. So we start here. Okay, and then we have 4 over 1. Remember, this would be 4 over 1 because any whole number you can put over 1. That makes it your fraction, which is rise over run. So we're going to count up 4. It's positive, so we go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. And you can actually only make 2 points here. And that's all you needed. Okay, so you should end up with, it's not the best looking line. I'll even do it a little better. There we go. So it should have ended up with something that looks like this.